welcome to the latest edition of Talking Pictures. And today, Lance and I are here with Helen Cowley from Love Film. Welcome, Helen.
Hello.
And we're talking about Going the Distance, the film in which Justin Long and Drew Barrymore, who I think are real life on again, off again.
On again, off again, on again.
Lovers.
On again, off again.
Having a long distance relationship. So, Helen, what do you think of Going the Distance?
What did I think of Going the Distance? I was actually really pleasantly surprised. Really pleasantly surprised. I think Drew Barrymore really, she's kind of got that niche for having a relaxed lead. And I love the fact with Drew Barrymore that she doesn't feel pressure. She's not skinny slim, she hasn't got the Botox, she really looks the part. I truly believe her characters. I get that feeling that she has that passion for them. So, yeah, absolute pleasure to watch. And Justin Long is incredibly funny, so pleasantly surprised.
I'm leaving in 6 weeks.
We're saying
Keep it light.
disease-free and light.
6 weeks too fast. Me like you.
Aaron!
I'll be here and you'll be there and we'll be long distance because I'm crazy about you.
I'm crazy about you too.
Want a hug?
Okay.
Come on, buddy. There you go.
Why are your eyes closed?
Are yours not closed?
No.
The problem with the rom-com seems to be that there are so many of them made. There's like one every week.
Yeah.
So let's say that's like 50 a year.
Yeah.
And yet I can't think of more than a couple in the last 10 years that are any good. So when one,
Yeah.
so every time you go hoping that this is going to be the one.
Yeah, the thing about rom-coms is you need the hook. You need to make it different. And the whole point of this film is that, like the title says, it's about long-distance relationship.
Yeah, it's not a massively high concept.
No, but it stands it apart from, you
Yeah.
know, from the
And
usual.
that's it. It's not, that isn't just the beginning of it. That is what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about whether these two people who genuinely love each other. So, you know, normally the point is do they, don't they, whatever. No,
Yeah.
there is some clearly some...
But how
some-
are they going to
handle
overcome this
it.
problem? Yeah, right.
What about Drew and Justin together? Did you? Because, you know, sometimes it's a bit of a disaster when real-life couples kind
Yeah.
of play on screen together.
I thought it worked really well. I thought they had a genuine chemistry, and that's quite
Yeah.
rare, actually, in films. And they seem really relaxed. And I really got the impression that lots of the scenes were possibly improvised, or they were playing with it at least, which I really enjoyed, because I could tell that they might have started with a particular script, but a few things have been added in there
Yeah.
on the way, which I really enjoyed.
Some of the moments, especially with the supporting cast as well,
Yeah, I was gonna say
felt improvised, but they really, really worked. I thought they were terrific.
Yeah.
And for me, the standout in the movie, apart from the leads, was Christina Applegate. I thought she just ate the scenery
Yeah.
and stole every scene she was in.
You get the kind of idiot best friends who you kind of expect in these
Yeah,
films these days.
yeah.
And actually, did they always have idiot best friends? Did John Cusack in the 80s, did he have like dumb
He had
best friends hanging
a
around?
few.
Or was that a Judd Apatow thing? I don't know.
What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Dad!
Look, man, I just thought maybe, it'd be fun if I DJ'd your hookup.
What was our rule?
There's something identifiable with the couple. You get
Yeah.
it. You understand they
Yeah.
can't be together. The fact that they can't, the reason why they can't be together is they've both got different jobs and they can't
But-
find
but-
jobs in different places, and that's something we can all kind of identify with.
That's right, but even though essentially it's the whole film is based on that premise, nothing in it to me felt like a contrivance. You know how
No.
rom-coms
Yeah.
are so often like
Things get in the way of
crushingly
the purpose,
contrived,
yeah.
and there are plot twists and there are deliberate things to keep it apart. I mean, even if you go back to something like Notting Hill, which is giant. I guess it's a rom-com. It's a giant.
One of my
but-
favourites.
But, the moment where they're kind of pulled apart, where she says like, "Don't open that door," or he says, "Don't open the
Yeah,
door."
yeah.
If you open the door,
Yeah.
you just know that is just like a clanging plot contrivance
Yes, it
that
is.
is designed to make
Yeah.
them fall out, so they
Yeah.
can spend the second act of the movie apart. Actually, the entire film. They really spending a lot of time apart, and there's
Yeah.
the funny phone sex thing, and you
Yeah.
kind of know what you're going to get in a way, but it's just it's so sweetly
But
delivered.
yeah,
It never
it- 'cause
betrays your trust in it.
That's it. Yeah, it's a romantic comedy, and it's really romantic. You can believe that these two people really love each other.
Yeah.
And boy, it's funny. We were sitting here belly up laughing.
Yeah.
At the, as soon as it started, it was really, really funny.
It's a perfect date movie,
Yeah.
isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, you could take boy or a girl to it, and both
mean-
of you are going to walk away feeling really satisfied by it.
Well, I sat with Lance, and we sat like
like a
laughing
date
out,
movie.
laughing out loud.
Yeah.
But the funny thing
Because
was
David's
that-
my screen wife, so
Well, I was thinking at how unusual it was that a rom-com, which you'd expect to be, designed primarily for a female audience, and the guys are going to kind of get dragged along to it. It was actually quite a lot of the story was told from from Garrett's point of view, the point of
Sure.
view of the Justin Long character, which
Yeah,
was quite
I mean, it
refreshing.
had that kind of 500 Days of Summer feel to it at times. You know,
Yeah.
everyone talks about the men really identifying with 500 Days of Summer, and I kind of felt that at times here, especially because it starts very much from Justin Long's perspective,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore's. And she's always slightly more elusive because she's the one that says, it's just 6 weeks, we're just in New York together. She sets the tone from the very beginning, very similar to 500 Days of Summer.
Right.
And then it sort of changes when they both kind of give up a bit more of themselves to each other, which I like too, because relationships are like that. You do meet someone and it's only sort of 4 or 5 months down the line that you do realise, well, actually, hang on, this is something really special, as opposed to a normal rom-com where it happens in 2 weeks. And that's it. And I like the fact that it took its time and it wasn't taking things too seriously.
I've done the long distance thing.
Where are you?
It is hard.
Please just tell me that you trust me. You know, Garrett, how much I love my sister. So don't break her heart.
Really want to come out and see you.
Are you gonna do something about your veiny white skin? Tanning will begin.
Tastes gross! Tastes like poison!
One of the things I really liked about it that was that struck me as quite surprising, because so many of these rom-coms you see, they live in a complete fantasy world. And even when I was a kid and I was watching rom-coms mainly with John Cusack and other members of the Brat Pack, even the poor kid drove like a Porsche.
Yeah.
But it was a beaten up
Yeah.
Porsche, or is it something. But in this, actually, there was some. It's not depressing in any way, but there were some economic realities in it.
Yeah.
He does that thing where he looks up on the internet to find out what prices of tickets
they're
are like,
sky
so he
high,
can
aren't
go
they?
to
You
visit
can't
her
go.
at Christmas,
Yeah.
and they're like $1,200, $2,000
Yeah.
for a ticket, which is exactly true.
Yeah.
That of course that does happen.
and she's
instead
working.
of the-
She's working in a bar as well to make
to
ends
make
meet.
ends meet. There's no question that she would be able to go there and not have a job. She says, "Well, I'm going to have to wait tables until," and it's not like glamorous waiting tables. It's kind of a bit, crappy.
It's a bit shitty.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like his job, and he knows he can't get another job because
Yeah.
the music business isn't hiring. He's
Yeah.
he works
The
in the
newspaper
music
business definitely isn't hiring.
and the newspaper, yeah, exactly. There's like 100 layoffs at the paper that,
Yeah.
that she wants to work for, and so which is why she kind of is not able to move to New York and kind of chance it. In fact, she's interning, and I think she's supposed to be 31 or 32.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does 31
Now,
years
I
on.
actually know somebody like that who
Yeah.
interned at the Times for like a year and,
Wow.
and didn't get a job at the end of it
Wow.
just because
There's
the
nothing
newspaper.
else to do.
So it's we're so used to dealing with fantasies in rom-coms, and this just felt like
Yeah.
two people that you
Yeah.
could be your friends, or
Yeah.
it was in the
Yeah.
it was set in the real world,
Yeah.
and without those plot contrivances, it felt like it
I
was.
totally agree, and I love
genuine.
the fact that they very expressively at the beginning said, Drew Barrymore was 31. She wasn't trying to be
Yeah.
26 or 27. It was very
Yeah.
much kind of, this is me. I've kind of gone off track a bit. I'm trying to get back into my life. There was no romance around it. It's not like what's the Rebound with Catherine Zeta-Jones at the moment. There's no dressing it up.
No.
It was what it was, which I really liked. And
It's really accessible, isn't it?
really accessible, and I think Drew Barrymore, like everyone knows Drew Barrymore. We followed her entire career, so I think everyone kind of feels a bit like her.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
moments when I watched that film, when I was watching the film today, and I just thought, oh, she just looks like the little girl from E.T.
Yeah, I know.
There were
a couple of
moments,
in
yeah.
there.
Especially when they were saying goodbye for the last time at the airport.
Right.
She looked just.
She did look like I
You
can
once
imagine her
wanted
in
a hug of yourself,
pigtails and
yeah.
a little stripy top, kind of.
Yeah,
with
the
her
bottom lip going.
quivering.
You need to be clear about what this relationship is.
Can you see other people?
I mean, he could be out there dry humping half of New York City right now.
Oh, that's scandalous.
Dry humping is no joke.
I haven't seen my girlfriend in a while, and I'm losing my mind.
Phone sex. And lots of it.
I'm on top.
I'm on top. How can you be on top?
Didn't I say we were in your car?
No, we're on a plane.
This isn't really working.
I like the airplane. People do cars too much.
So, well, thanks very much, Helen Cowley, our
Thank
special
you for
guest
having
from
me.
Love
Thank
Film,
you.
or is it lovefilm.com?
Well, you can say Love Film.
Well, Love Film.
Love
You
Film.
would.
Everyone knows Love
Lovefilm.com.
Film. Everybody knows.
And we'll see you next time on Talking Pictures. Thanks, Helen.
Thank you.